Victory Lap was obviously classic, and the attention to detail that you just spoke about. That's why I always appreciated Nip. I feel like everything he did had intention, and it was always on purpose. It was like he understands what it means to have a debut rap album, and like how important that is to deliver on, because he's a hip hop head too, you know. Yep. So the process of you like helping with A&R in that album, walk us through that, because there was like some records on there that were just so like, you know, like hearing Belly on Double Up, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like what did you bring to the process? Because Nip obviously had his the way he made records, but I feel like there were some records on Victory Lap that were just so like elevated from anything we'd ever heard from him before.
So what was dope about the whole situation, you know, Mike and Keys, and 1500, man, they were like the producers that kind of laid out the foundation for the project. And I remember one day, like, I brought him Hustle and Motivate, you know what I'm saying? And I remember just being there and his eyes lighting up, like, when I played him the beat for the first time. And, like, we talked about him being in the 6'4" in Times Square with Hove in the passenger seat, like, just talking, like, it was just like before he recorded that song, it was like that was like our first record we did together. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was just like little thing, but more so it was just like beats. Like, you know, Nipsey liked to just have beats that he fuck with, and he respected just my opinion on verses and structures of songs and things like that. But, you know, that shit was pretty much all put together with Nipsey's vision.
Were there any records, because you hear rumors and stuff, but were there any features that were supposed to happen or that didn't end up happening on Victory Lap?
No, not really. I mean, I think the biggest thing what was important to him was the Kendrick feature.
Right.
Yeah, and that was cool. I mean, Jay-Z, of course, everybody wants that, but, you know, with Jay-Z, everything happens for a reason. Of course, he got the song with Jay-Z now. That's amazing.
Of course. So. Puffy, getting Puff Daddy to talk shit, was that something that was that like a hard thing to get him in that?
No, so what happened was the album was done.
Yeah.
And he went to go play it for Puff. And I think Puff was just so inspired when he heard the project that he had to put his fingers on it. You know what I'm saying? And his ear and his touch on it. And, you know, Nipsey is a big, Puff's one of the people he really look up to in the music business. So, of course, you know, if you have Puff wanting to work with you and, you know, add certain elements to the project, you're going to let him jump in and do that. So, you know, I think it was just inspiration based.
Is there a lot of, like, because we had Jay Stone up here and he said that there's obviously a lot of unreleased Nipsey music out there, or not out there, but, you know, stuff that he recorded. Mm-hmm. Is there going to be any sort of album, you know, we've gotten a Pop Smoke album. Tupac passed and we got we know how many albums he put out after he died. But is there any discussions of even exploring that?
I mean, you know, everybody knows how big of a perfectionist Nipsey was. And, you know, from me, I wouldn't be comfortable being involved with putting out no more Nipsey music in the future because
he's not there
to approve it. And I don't want to stand on it thinking that I'm powerful enough to say, no, this is what he would have wanted. So if Black Sam or somebody in his family or, you know, somebody that, you know, that I feel like could make that call wants to do it, of course I would help out. But I would never want, like, I think he left a legacy that's so crazy in that last project. I just wouldn't want to cloud it.
That's fair.
You know?
Was because Racks in the Middle was a record that kind of came out as like a Lucy. Was that supposed
to be the first single for the next project?
Of the next project, right.
Yeah. Because we were about to start doing more features. And like,
damn, man. Yeah, because I remember when he dropped the record, he came up to the station and I was like, yo, so is this the single? He's like, it's just a song for now, you know? Like, we gonna...
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, especially with the success it had, you already know that would have catapulted to, and we had some shit.